Right now, the emotional reunion between a Beloit mother and her baby found in Ohio after several days of searching. And caught in the middle of the storm, incredible video on Lake Monona as a work outing suddenly turns dangerous. Plus, the state of Illinois authorizes a license for a new casino, one that would go up less than 20 miles from another that's been in the works for years in Wisconsin.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Eric is off. A Beloit mother is back with her 7-month-old baby tonight after police found the child in Northwest Ohio. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter has been following the story from the very beginning, and he joins us now with how police were able to reunite the two. Adam?
Well, Charlotte, it's definitely a happy ending for Ashley Floyd as her 7-month-old son, Jeb Sparks Jr., is back home in Beloit tonight. The boy's father and grandmother now facing felony charges.
What's up, baby? What's up, baby? Instantly.
What you're looking at is an answered prayer for Ashley Floyd, reunited with her baby after the boy's father and grandmother left and took him from the family's home after Jeb Sparks Sr. allegedly beat Floyd. But just hours ago, another reunion.
How you doing?
This time, safe and sound at home.
It's a miracle. I never thought I was going to see him again. I thought they were just going to run and keep running and keep running.
Late last night, Beloit police say they got a call from Bryan, Ohio, a town of just 8,000 people near the Indiana border. They say a pastor had searched Sparks' name after Sparks had come to him and asked for help. When the pastor found out Sparks was wanted, he called police.
It's amazing what happens in this day and age with investigations and the speed of information sharing.
He's my baby.
Floyd finding out last night around 1 a.m.
My son got up and looked out the window and he said, Mom, it's the cops. First thing that came to my mind is, oh my God, my baby's at my door.
Hours later, she was holding her baby for the first time in days.
All I could do was hold him and hug him and kiss him. It was like I just had him all over again. Like my heart it had a beat again. It became full. I felt like I was home again.
Both Jeb Sparks Sr. and his mother, Gina Sparks, face felony charges including false imprisonment, substantial battery, and interfering with child custody. And tonight, Ashley Floyd says she wants to say two things. The first of which is thank you to everyone who commented, liked, and messaged her on the post we shared just yesterday asking for help finding her son. And the second is that no one should stay in an abusive relationship and you always have the power to leave. She said she's going to spend the next 24 hours spending time with her family.
Adam, thank you. Turning to weather now. Summer is here, and this weekend we will most definitely feel it. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield has our first alert forecast that includes several alert days. Dave?
Yeah, the heat and humidity will definitely be on this weekend, Charlotte, with temperatures near 90, feeling like the mid to upper 90s at times. Right now, not too hot in Madison, but it is very muggy on the WISC-TV Skycam. 72 degrees, that dew point close to 70 degrees. And I think we're going to stay close to 70 degrees as far as the dew point goes into this weekend, which will make it feel even more oppressive outside. Temperatures are in the lower to middle 70s across southern Wisconsin, but those dew points are borderline tropical, especially across southwestern Wisconsin. Anytime you start to get dew points in the low to mid 70s, that is air that you can definitely feel as you step outside. Don't really think we need to worry about thunderstorms overnight, but as we get into tomorrow, highs close to 90 degrees. And again, with the humidity, it could feel like the mid to upper 90s. We'll go over just how long this heat will last in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dave. A lightning strike reportedly caused a boat to catch on fire in Nakusa. A neighbor called the fire department early this morning after seeing the flames. The boat was on a trailer and the fire spread to nearby trees. Investigators say the boat is a total loss. Firefighters in the town of Burke confirm a lightning strike also caused a house fire this morning. A homeowner heard a loud bang in the Ratman Road area, which led to police being called. Firefighters say the lightning hit the back corner of the home and caused smoke and drywall damage. There is still significant damage in the area around Carroll University in Waukesha County. Several homes and cars were hit by fallen trees and branches. A semi was also damaged after being blown on its side. In one instance, a tree branch went straight into a house and out the other side. The good news here, no injuries reported. This morning's weather is only a reminder of what we went through yesterday. A group from Greater Insurance accidentally ended up exactly where they didn't want to be yesterday, right on Lake Monona. Heavy winds and high waves got in the way as they tried to make it back to shore as fast as they could. The group told News 3 Now's Amy Reed the weather looked great before. They were supposed to be on a 3-hour cruise as a company retreat, but they only got about a half hour into it before across the horizon they saw that storm coming. Then they noticed the captain kicking into action.
He was turning the boat back towards Monona Terrace to go to the dock, and he had picked up speed, but so had the storm, so kind of went right into it.
They said the captain of that boat took the worst of it. He got knocked over by the canopy and it broke the chair he was supposed to sit on. Still, he got them back to shore from his knees. The group said they don't hold any ill will toward the company that took them out there, especially because of how they handled it. The widow of a truck driver who drove off an I-94 overpass last week to avoid a crash in Racine County has filed a lawsuit against the other trucking company involved. She says that company's driver was being reckless and caused the crash that killed both him and 45-year-old Jeffrey Johnson. Authorities called Johnson a hero for swerving to avoid other cars. A cattle trailer carrying 2 steers rolled over into a wet patch of concrete this afternoon. The crash happened on Highway 151 near the city of Columbus. For about an hour, officials diverted traffic heading toward Highway 73 over to Highway V. Nobody was hurt in the crash, including the 2 steers. Racine Sheriff's officials have identified the man suspected of fatally shooting an off-duty police officer last week. 26-year-old Delquavis Ward of Milwaukee was arrested yesterday in connection to Officer John Hetland's murder. Authorities say they took him into custody in Officer Hetland's handcuffs. Ward has not yet been charged. The man convicted of a hate crime killing in Charlottesville, Virginia, will spend the rest of his life behind bars. 22-year-old James Field Jr. drove his car into a crowd of protesters during the Unite the Right rally in 2017. Fields pleaded guilty to 29 federal hate crimes in March, which was part of an agreement that eliminated the death penalty in his case. Summerfest staff are investigating after one of last night's headliners accused a security guard of being racist and attacking her team. Lizzo says she's out for blood after the incident. She tweeted that it was a beautiful night, but, quote, racism and bigotry don't care if you're a headliner. She says a security guard tackled and attacked her team. Summerfest is investigating, saying they have crowd management staff to protect performers and fans, but they're expected to handle things professionally and respectfully, and they do not tolerate racism in any form. A man who broke into the home of Jamie Kloss after her parents were killed and she went missing has been sentenced to 2 years of probation. 33-year-old Kyle Yankee Annis pleaded guilty to misdemeanor theft for stealing some of Kloss's clothing during the break-in. He was initially charged with felony burglary, but investigators found the theft was unrelated to Jamie's disappearance. The state of Illinois is authorizing a license for a new casino in Rockford, calling into question how a long-anticipated casino project will fare in Beloit. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker signed a package of bills today expanding gaming in the state and authorizing licenses for new casinos in 6 cities, including Rockford. That is less than 20 miles from Beloit, where a casino proposal has been in the works for years.
Anytime that they put something else up there that's doing some of the same things that we are, it probably will have at least a slight effect.
The Federal Bureau of Indian Affairs can issue a decision on the Beloit Casino project as soon as this Monday. Then Governor Evers would have to sign off on the deal, but he said he'll carefully review it. As for the Rockford project, the mayor says the application has to be filed with the Illinois Gaming Board before October 25th. Unity Point Health is announcing a new merger, teaming up with South Dakota-based Sanford Health. Unity Point Health operates Unity Point Meriter Hospital and clinics in Dane County. With the new merger, it will create one of the largest nonprofit health systems in the country. Officials with the two organizations said the merger is still under review and should be finalized by the end of 2019. The Allen Centennial Garden celebrated its 30th anniversary. Founded in 1989, the Allen Centennial Garden has supported 3 decades of horticulture, outreach, and education. The garden's staff and visitors celebrated tonight with an evening of live entertainment from Wheelhouse, plant-related activities, and special recognitions from community members like UW Chancellor Rebecca Blank. The garden plans monthly Best Friday Ever events during the summer, but this Friday's event meant more than just a night to enjoy the greenery.
This is a huge momentous occasion for us because 3 decades is a long time to nurture anything, especially a garden.
Fuda says he is happy to bring together the community and the plants as they make flower crowns, feed the garden's fish, and share their favorite garden memories on a memory tree. Still ahead tonight, a key Republican lawmaker says he is open to discussing the legalization of medical marijuana. Plus, what President Trump is inviting the leader of North Korea to do this weekend. Stay with us. Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says he wants to work on legalizing medical marijuana this fall, but it may be a difficult sell because Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald does not agree.
I'd certainly love for us to be able to have a discussion that is rational, that it takes our time, that we figure out an answer to see if Republicans could actually support it who are skeptics like I am. But I'd much rather figure out a way to get to yes than just instantly say, well, because it could lead to recreational marijuana, I'm an automatic no.
Vos says he's been open to legalizing it for medical use for several years. Governor Evers proposed the legalization of both medical and recreational marijuana in his budget, but Republicans stripped those provisions. The global relations continue between President Trump and world leaders at the G20 summit. Today, the president dined with the Saudi Crown Prince at a hotel in Osaka, Japan. During the breakfast, the president praised him for political and cultural changes in Saudi Arabia. President Trump also touted Saudi Arabia's purchase of American military equipment, but dodged questions about journalist Jamal Khashoggi, who was murdered by Saudi Arabian officials. The president today also inviting the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, to shake hands at the DMZ.
I just thought of it this morning. We'll be at the area. We may go to the DMZ, or the border, as they call it. We'll be there, and I just put out a feeler, because I don't know where he is right now. He may not be in North Korea, but I said if Chairman Kim would want to meet, I'll be at the border. It's certainly, we seem to get along very well.
The president will be in Seoul, South Korea on Saturday evening and is scheduled to have talks with the South Korean leader on Sunday before returning to Washington. Police in Salt Lake City, Utah have arrested a man who they say killed a college student who was missing for 11 days. Detectives said Mackenzie Lewick's charred remains were found in the suspect's yard. Jeff Nguyen has the latest from Los Angeles.
We are filing charges of aggravated murder, aggravated kidnapping, obstruction of justice, and desecration of a body in the homicide of Mackenzie Lewick. The man charged with these horrific and tragic crimes is Ayola Adese Achaya.
Salt Lake City police arrested the 31-year-old suspect without incident Friday morning at an apartment complex near his home. Investigators say digital evidence reveals the suspect texted Lewick at 6 p.m. on June 16th, hours before she boarded a flight to Salt Lake City. She landed at 2 a.m. and took Lyft from the airport to Hatch Park. Detectives tracked his phone to the same location at 3 a.m.
Investigations into Mackenzie's phone showed that the communications and data ceased at the time of June 17th at approximately 3 a.m.
Police say the Army veteran took Lewick to this home. Neighbors reported seeing him burning something in his backyard the day after she disappeared. On Wednesday, investigators removed bags of evidence and made a grisly discovery while searching the burn area.
Charred material was located, which has now been has been determined to be female human tissue.
Lewick's uncle read a statement from her parents thanking investigators for their work.
They are also grateful to her community, her friends, and others around the nation who have supported this investigation.
People from the California neighborhood where Lewick grew up say she will be missed.
Everybody liked her. She was a wonderful girl.
Police have not discussed a motive for the killing or specified a cause of death. Jeff Nguyen, CBS News.
Public records reveal Ajayi is divorced and has no criminal record in Utah. He is being held without bail. Tomorrow night, Wisconsin's largest fireworks display returns to Madison. Shake the Lake features live music next to the Monona Terrace, plus food and family activities along John Nolan Drive. Gates open at 5 p.m. A reminder, the temperatures are expected to be near 90 degrees at that time. Each guest is allowed to bring a 20-ounce sealed water bottle into the event zone, and there will also be refill stations. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield joins us now, and this is weather that, this is not a joking matter. You got to take this seriously because it's here.
Yeah, heat is actually the #1 weather-related killer. A lot of people don't really realize that until it's too late when, we have these hot and humid conditions. It can be really tough for a lot of folks to deal with. So hopefully it doesn't last all that long, and we just have a couple of days of hot and humid weather to deal with. We were dealing with the thunderstorms this morning. They were quite loud, really loud, booming thunderclaps throughout much of southern Wisconsin around 7 or 8 a.m. This picture coming from Verona. Alex sending this in of the shelf cloud coming through, and also we had a fair amount of lightning actually caused some issues for some of us early this morning. But this picture from Kenton Fowler of the Capitol and some lightning bolts right next door. Thank you so much for sending in those photos. And today's rain over an inch in Madison, so about 2 inches or more throughout this last week of June, bringing our monthly rainfall total up over 4 inches of rain. Actually, we were quite a bit behind schedule for June rain, now slightly ahead of schedule. What a difference a couple of days makes. We've seen that time and time again across southern Wisconsin, and spots north of Madison where that front hung out a little bit longer. At least according to radar estimates, about 2 to 3 inches of rain falling over the last 24 hours. It has been quiet, though, on radar for the last couple of hours. As that front moved to the south, so too did those rain chances. So really nothing falling as far as rain goes across southern Wisconsin this evening. I think that will be the case as we head into tomorrow as well. But Sunday, maybe an isolated shower or two. We'll talk about that in a second. In Madison, the WISC-TV Skycam, no fireworks just yet. We have to wait another 24 hours to get those over Lake Monona, but we're looking at partly cloudy skies. Today, our high of 82 degrees is about normal for this time of year. It actually could have been a whole lot hotter had it not been for that early round of rain, and then the clouds sticking around into the afternoon hours kind of block some of that sunshine. Temperatures right now are in the low 70s in Madison and in Janesville, mid 70s in Monroe, 77 still in Mineral Point. Alert days in the forecast for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for hot and humid conditions. Temperatures will be near 90, heat index values in the mid to upper 90s. So it's a good time. This is the first stretch or extended stretch of hot and humid weather in southern Wisconsin this year. Good time to remind ourselves of those heat safety tips. Stay hydrated, take frequent breaks, limit strenuous outdoor activities, and remember, check on the elderly and pets. Find public spaces with AC. Just make sure that you are staying safe while having fun this weekend in this heat. For tonight, temperatures falling to near 70. Mild and muggy overnight, partly cloudy. Can't rule out maybe some patchy fog in some spots as well. For tomorrow, hot and humid, partly sunny, temperatures near 70. So on Future Track, we notice that things are staying pretty quiet from a rainfall standpoint tomorrow. Really not much popping up, but temperatures close to 90 in the upper 80s for other spots across southern Wisconsin. Then as we head into Sunday, we could see that there is the chance of seeing a few isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms, and we'll watch that possibility closely. And then on Monday, our chance for showers and thunderstorms stays with us. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s for much of next week with the humidity sticking around. Does look like that most of us will stay dry, though, for the 4th of July on Thursday. But then shower and storm chances come back for Friday and Saturday. A little bit closer to 80 degrees by next weekend.
Okay, so a little bit of a refresher,
Yes,
so to speak.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. It could be another duel to the finish between Steve Stricker and Jerry Kelly this week. The story coming up in sports.
After 2 rounds of the U.S. Senior Open Golf Championship in South Bend, it's like the Wisconsin Open. Steve Stricker in the lead, Jerry Kelly in second, just 2 shots back. And Kelly was almost 1 shot closer than that. Watch this, 12th hole, par 3, 179 yards. Kelly likes the look of this one. That could be a hole-in-one. Oh, that close. Still, 6 under 64 for Jerry Kelly today. Stricker missed a couple of putts at the American Family Insurance Championship that made you say, well, he'll never do that again. And you know what? He hasn't done that all week. Stricker keeps making putts like we're used to seeing him do, and that has him in the lead after 2 rounds of the U.S. Senior Open.
Drove the ball well, hit a lot of good iron shots, and starting to make some putts, which is fun to see. So yeah, it was a good 2 days, solid 2 days.
Stricker's at 14 under, leading Kelly by 2. First round co-leader David Toms figures to be a factor on the weekend too, and a nice job by Madison's Jim Schumann, who shoots even par 70 today, but he misses the cut by 2 shots at the U.S. Senior Open. The Brewers made some roster moves today. Keston Hira back in the majors. Travis Shaw back in the minors. Hernan Perez designated for assignment. Tyler Saladino back with the big club. Jimmy Nelson placed on the injured list. They open a weekend series with the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. Brewers scored twice in the first, but the Pirates chipped away. Here's the play that put them ahead. Hira makes a great play at second for the out, but the run scores, and it's just gone final. Pirates 3, Brewers 2. Cubs open a series in Cincinnati. Tough night. Cole Hamels leaves after 1 inning with an injury, and the Reds jump on the Cubs bullpen. Nick Senzel's liner just out of the reach of Kyle Schwarber in left. That scores 2. Final score, Reds 6, Cubs 3. Madison Mallards win in Fond du Lac tonight. The Mallards also announced 3 Thursdays in July they'll be changing their name to the Wisconsin Cheese Curds. They'll have new jerseys with cheese curd logos every Thursday in July at Warner Park. The United States women's soccer team is into the semifinals at the World Cup. The U.S. got the lead, then hung on to beat France in the quarterfinals today 2-1. In Paris, the game time temperature was around 90 degrees. The American score here in the 5th minute. Megan Rapinoe continues her great week. She bends in a free kick to give the USA a 1-0 lead. Stays that way till the 65th minute when the U.S. shows its world-class skill. Alex Morgan to Tobin Heath. Heath waits, sends it across where Rapinoe crosses and gets the goal. The United States holds on for the 2-1 win. They'll play England in the semifinals Tuesday.
We would like to play a little bit nicer today, but we're moving on into the semis, into the medal rounds. We'll enjoy this one for sure, though. This is so special to be able to beat the host nation in the Parc des Princes. You can't ask for anything more than this.
And forward Madison FC on the road at Toronto this afternoon. Flamingos down 1, 81st minute. Shot is stopped, but the goalie can't control. Danny Tenorio is there to head it and tie the game, and it's a 1-1 final. And we'll be right back.
And last look at the 10-day forecast. Hot and humid this weekend. Temperatures near 90. But with the humidity, it will feel like the mid to upper 90s. Stay hydrated and stay cool.
And stay safe. Do something good and have a great weekend.